What's up, guys? So my name's Aaron and I'm here to make an art demo with you today. This art piece is kind of sandy, kind of beachy, kind of luau themed, wouldn't you think? Well, why am I doing this? Well, there's an art competition that is also luau themed in preparation for the luau on Thursday, so show up to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But what that means is that you can create your own kind of piece, or you can follow along with this demo and submit it by Thursday, and we'll go ahead and look at all the submissions and we'll go ahead and pick our favorite, and then you will earn a prize, which is going to be a lot of fun. But also, if you don't want to follow along, that's completely fine. Just go ahead, go on Google, search luau, search beach, just summer things. You know what I mean? So, that being said, it doesn't also have to be paint. It can be pencil, it can be crayon, it can be dirt. So, that being said, let me go ahead and grab my supplies and I'll meet you guys back here. What's up, guys? So I have my supplies now. I have some acrylic paint, which I'm going to list off the colors for you. I have white, black, red, yellow, green, and blue. Just some basic colors that we can use to create more unique and creative colors. You know what I mean? I have a palette in which I've put my paint here. And while I do have this very nice palette made for mixing, I have this piece of trash because I really just love mixing paint on trash just because I can throw it away and it's not ugly. You know what I mean? I have this water cup full of water, and I have two different types of paintbrushes. One really big floofy one for the entire canvas and one detail one. And then I have the demo in which we're going to be following, and I have a blank canvas right here. Alright, my dudes, we're ready to paint now. I went ahead and got some blue on my palette, and we're going to go ahead and grab some white while we're at it. So I'm going to be straight up. Mixing paint, that's fine. We're not too worried about that. We're just here to have fun. We're not too stressed, you know? So I got this. I'm going to go ahead and blend it a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but honestly, what is perfect? Nothing. So I've got this nice, kind of like sky blue color, and I like it. So I'm going to wipe off the excess paint off my brush, and I'm actually going to grab some water. And I'm going to mix that in there. And that's going to make the paint more runny. It's going to give us more bang for our buck, per se. And then I'm just going to go ahead and slap this on the canvas just like this. Like this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And honestly, it's gonna look goofy, but that's fine. We're just here having fun. And when you feel like you're running low in certain areas, just grab some more water. It's gonna help the paint go a long way, and it's also gonna help blending with other colors and with the backgrounds a lot easier. So I recommend mixing water. So just keep on swiping across the canvas. Fill in all the white spots while you can. So right now, I'm actually painting the sky of the painting. Because I really like looking up at the sky. You can't beat a nice day with white puffy clouds looking like little farts up in the sky. You know what I mean? Yeah, you do. So I'm going to go ahead, keep on swiping. Honestly, swipe until you're happy with it. I'm just about getting there. Let me go ahead, swipe some down here just for funsies. Who's going to stop me? Not me. Alright, that's tight. So as you can see, it's kind of patchy in some areas, so I'm going to let it dry a little bit. I might go over those areas again to kind of make it more opaque, you know? So it's not splotchy, patchy. But that's cool right there. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my brush real quick. And then we're going to grab some yellow. So I have yellow right here. We're going to grab some red. Not like a lot of red, just a little bit. Like a little bit of red. Like that. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it on my palette. And you know what? That's good enough for me. And I'm also going to grab some more white because while this is a nice peachy kind of orange color, we want it lighter because sand is kind of like in this color range, just not quite saturated. You know what I mean? So I have some white here. I'm going to start mixing in this corner. And you see how much lighter and nicer that is? Ooh, that's the good stuff right there. Ooh, okay. Cool. Ooh. And you know what? You see that right there? That's fine. That's why I have this paper towel here, because you can just dab the painting and it'll come right up. And if it doesn't come right up, then we'll just paint over it. Mistakes happen. You just gotta roll with them. So now that I have my sandy color ready, I'm just going to go ahead and slap it on the canvas, like so. We're going to swipe it kind of like we swipe the sky. And honestly, it's not going to be uniform all around, and that's the best part of it. Every painting is unique. And when you're running low, grab some water. This canvas is thirsty. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, ooh. And we don't want to mix the blue and the sand too much because the sky isn't sandy. That would be really whack. So we're just gonna keep it, you know, borderline, but not quite. Like, you don't want to mix your ice cream with your pie, because pie's gross to start with, but that's none of my business. So, you know what? That's really cool with me. And I'm gonna go ahead and touch these areas. Not really dry, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the canvas and follow me. It's okay. It's how you dry things quickly. Alright. A little bit more, like 5 more swings. Like, really good ones. Alright. This bad boy is dry. Alright. So, since the sky is now dry, we're going to slap some more blue on it. So I kind of washed my brush. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to need to change out my water because water does get kind of gross. Gross. And I'm actually going to add more white. Yeah, that's a nice color right there. You like that? I like that. I like it a lot. It's real nice. Alright, more water. Alright, time to slap this bad boy back on. Real, just like broad strokes. We're not trying to be accurate here. This guy isn't accurate. My homework's not accurate. Astrology's not accurate. But you know what is accurate? Not my shooting either. I'm really bad at archery, man. But yeah. Let me take some more water. Blend it all around. Because we can kind of tell where I went in with like a second color. So just blend it in just a little bit more. We're trying to be real sneaky here. Real sneaky. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, as long as you're having fun, it's a good painting. Because you can't be mad and make a good painting. Because that's not cool, dog. There's only one Vincent Van Gogh, and he's dead. Hey, I really like that. And let me add some more. Because we're not trying to have white spaces on the painting. Because people are going to be like, wow, they just really missed a lot. And then you're going to be like, no. And they're going to be like, yeah. So, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to paint clouds. But this guy's blue and is wet. So you know what that means? It's time to dry again. Be sure to do this outside, by the way. Just don't go wailing in your house hitting the walls. Alright guys, so I took a quick break to let the canvas dry, and I grabbed some new water. So we are good to go now. I'm going to go ahead and dry my big paintbrush again on the paper towels, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up some white paint. A fair amount. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not actually going to mix this. We're making clouds right now, but I am going to see what kind of texture the paintbrush is going to give us today. So I'm just vibing with it, seeing what it's putting down, you know what I mean? So, clouds. Clouds are random, kind of like my grades. So, we're just going to go ahead, have fun. I'm going to put a cloud right here. And I'm just going to do whatever. Actually, the technique that I'm doing is similar to like stippling. So what that is I'm not necessarily stabbing the canvas, but what I am doing is I am gently pushing the paintbrush onto the canvas, gently. So it gets kind of like a pokey texture, kind of like sandy actually, or like fluffy per se. And it just looks nice, looks soft. And I'm just going for like a general cloud shape. Just having some fun. You can pick up the pace a little bit, or you can take your time. Alright, you know what? I'm done with that cloud. I'm moving on to the next one. I'm going to put it right here. Nice. What a nice cloud. Alright. More clouds. Cool. Clouds are actually a herd animal, so they usually come in packs of 10 or 12. Sometimes you'll see baby clouds in nature. Usually not, because they hide in the middle of the pack, like right about here, and the big clouds protect it from airplanes. You gotta watch out for those airplanes. So we're gonna have a cloud right here, just kind of hiding in the background. And actually, let me tell you about the paint on the paintbrush. Because right now, I have the paint on one side of the paintbrush on this edge. But right here, there is no paint. And that's how I'm getting this effect. I'm putting this edge down, and I'm just kind of like dragging it. Hitting it with the dry every now and again. Making it real soft. And then I'm calling it a day, moving on. And you can go over old clouds. These clouds are your clouds. They look like what you want them to look like. It's nice. Just gotta have fun with it. Cool. I'm gonna add 2.5 more clouds. And then we can move on to the rocks. Rocks are a lot like clouds, just a little bit sharper. See, that was a lot of paint. That was a mistake, but that's fine. We're just gonna blend it. And honestly, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab my paper towel and I'm gonna pick up a little paint off the canvas, because we don't need that much paint. And it has the same effect as the paintbrush. You see that? It's real nice. Moving on. That's nice. Alright, I'm done. So let me go ahead and wash off my paintbrush real quick. And so what we want to add next are rocks. Rocks are a combination of white and black. It's kind of like a fine line, because you don't want too dark of rocks, but you don't want too light of rocks. So let me grab some white paint, slap it on my mixing palette, and let me grab some black paint, slap it on there. Look at the ratio I have here. So I have like a whole glob of white and like half a glob of black. So let me go ahead and mix that. See what it looks like, because it's okay to add more white or add more black as we go. And you know what? I'm pretty content with that color, because I know when we add water to it and we start painting on the canvas, it's going to come out a lot paler, no, a lot lighter, a lot transparent. So once I get that going, I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the excess off of my current paintbrush, keep on mixing it, and then the same way that we did the clouds, we're going to stipple a little bit. So I want to rock right in the middle. So that's a weird looking rock. And that's why we have the paper towels, because we're actually going to end up picking a lot of paint up off of the rocks. Because it's going to add more texture as we go too. So I'm just going to go through, pick up, and then trust me, we will go through with the detail brush and outline this, because rocks aren't as fluffy as clouds, and we're going to make it look nice. But right now, this is what we're going to do. Alright, and I'm going to add a rock right here. Ooh, look at that fade. That's real nice. And it happened by accident. And that's okay. So, just get some paint on the canvas. We're going to use the paper towel again. Pick up a little bit. Add some texture. And leave it as that. One more rock. And now we're going to pick up some paint. Cool. So now it's go time. We're going to take this shiny boy, and we're going to pick up some paint, and we're going to see if we can outline this just a little bit. Rocks are kind of like mountains, but smaller. Nice. And these paintbrush strokes versus the wide, broad ones, they're going to be tiny, small, detailed, controlled. But that being said, again, they don't have to be perfect. Picking up more paint as we go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm running low on gray paint. So let me go ahead, throw some water in there. So now we have more. Water is gonna be your best friend. In real life too. Okay. So what I did off camera was I took a little bit of white paint, a little bit of black paint, and I went ahead and created more gray paint. So, as you can tell, this is lighter than the original gray paint. So I'm just going to put it on the top, and it's going to act like a highlight. Because the sun, while it isn't in the picture, we could imagine that the sun is right here. And when the sun shines down on the rocks, it's going to hit the surface, and it's going to make it glow, like a highlighter. And it's going to hit right here. And we're going to be like, wow, those rocks are so shiny. It's really nice. So like that. I know it looks kind of whack right now, but it's a process. So after we have that done, we're going to go ahead and make more gray paint. Make these more opaque. Just like that. Alright, a little bit of water. Since we're going for a more opaque color, we're going to use less water and more paint. And then we're going to go ahead and paint the rocks. Like that. Now, thankfully, because sand isn't like a nice, solid line, where the rock meets the sand doesn't have to be either. So tight, dog. Look at that. Look at all those rocks. It's like 3 of them, at least. Nice. Paint some here and there. Get some weird gray colors in there. Rocks aren't one uniform color either. And so it's nice just to have weird dark spots, light spots, you know, a little some. Spice it up. Alright, that brings me to my next point. So we're going to take some water on our detail brush, and then we're going to dip our detail brush in white. And what I like to do is I like to take it very slowly and kind of like swirl it in there. And this is one of your creative liberties, where you can just experiment with different things. No matter the outcome, as long as you try it and you had fun with it and you learned, then that's all good. But while this isn't necessarily what rocks look like in real life, I really like the look it gives it. So I'm just going to keep on doing it, because it makes me happy. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and fill in some lighter spots. And just put the paint wherever I want it. There is no right way to paint, except with the paintbrush. And this rock has kind of dried a little bit, so I'm going to need more water. And I'm just honestly going to repeat the process I did here on the other ones. It's going to be worth it. It's kind of weird right now, but I'm digging it. Silly rocks. And once again, I feel like the white on this has kind of shown up a little bit too dark, too opaque, one would say. So I'm going to pick it up just a little bit. Yeah, just like that. And I'm going to move on to the next rock, right after I add some more. Nice, there we go. Once again, I'm doing it to the third rock. And I'm just not really going for any kind of shape. Just like, imagine writing cursive, but you never actually learned it because they stopped teaching you. There you go. There you go. I like that. Once again, I'm going in with the paper towel. Just blot it a little bit. I like that. So, what am I going to do now? I'm going to go ahead and throw in a water line here. So, unlike the sky, I don't really need to mix the dark blue color because ocean water is just kind of darker. It doesn't really necessarily blend in the sky, so I'm just going to throw it onto the canvas. Drying my paintbrush. And I'm taking my big and floofy one. And honestly, the same thing that I did with the clouds to get this kind of edge, this line. I have the paint on one side and not on the other side. But when I press down on the canvas, it's going to paint down like that. Like that. So, I'm going to do it. And it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. And I'm just going to throw it across the canvas. And you got to think that the water's in the distance, so it's not necessarily going to take up the whole picture by any means. And you can see right here, it's getting kind of iffy. What's the sky? What's the water? So we're going to add some more blue paint. I'm content with that. I don't know about you guys. So I'm going to go ahead, wait for the water to dry, and then I'm going to add some splash waves, splash bubbles, some white ripples onto it, just to make it look like it's rushing onto the shore and creating foam. Alright guys, so now the ocean water is now dry, as you can see, but in real life it's actually not dry. Water is actually kind of pretty not dry. But here it is. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to add the foam right here, just on the shoreline, just to help separate it, help make it more realistic. So what that means is that I'm going to just pick up on my detail brush just a lot of white paint. Just kick it on there, man. We are not being thrifty. We're just going to town. Like, paint like, this white paint is not yours. It's already on the palette. If you don't use it, it's getting thrown away. So just use it all. YOLO, you only live once, you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna cake that on there because I really enjoy texture in my pictures. And when that comes from the physical, just like massive amount of paint on the canvas, I really cannot complain. I think that's the best part of a painting. When you could literally go out and just touch it. Love it. So I'm just gonna pat that on there real quick. No, it looks funky, but it takes time. So I'm just gonna go ahead, stretch that across the shoreline. Just like that. And nice. So I'm also going to take a corner of a paper towel. Not much at all, because we're not trying to pick up a lot of paint. Maybe just a little bit of the excess. I know, we went a little too crazy. I got too overexcited. Just a little bit. And paper towel is actually going to help make it look more foamy, more natural, actually like it's splashing up onto the sandy shoreline. Real nice. And it's going to add water peaks, you know what I mean? And actually, I kind of like the way that it looks going more into the water, so I'm just gonna do that a little bit. It's almost kind of like it's splashing up. Like a little wave. I'm gonna go surfing. I don't know how to surf. My mother never taught me. Okay, so there we go. Just kind of hide the green that appeared when we mixed the sand in the sky. That never existed. We're hiding our problems now. Nice. Look at that. I really like that. You can keep on going if you want, but you really don't have to. I know sometimes when I get going, I just don't stop and then I ruin the painting. But that's just life. So cool. What am I going to do now? I'm going to add some more white to the clouds. No one's going to stop me. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Nice. Cool. And once the clouds are cloud-like enough for me, I'm gonna slap some wildlife in this picture. And you may be thinking, a fish, a dolphin. Wrong. I don't like fish one bit. A fish killed my mother. I'm actually gonna add a tree, a palm tree. And while I know for a fact that I'm not great at painting palm trees, I enjoy doing it, so I'm gonna do it. Don't let necessarily your skill level determine what you do with your life. As long as you have fun and nobody gets hurt, what's the problem? So for the palm tree, when you think of palm trees, the main tree trunk part is orangish, brownish, and we don't have the color brown, so we're just gonna go crazy. We're gonna try to make this color again, but also darker. So slap some yellow, get some red, mix that bad boy. A little too red. Let me get some more yellow. Alright, so now that's orange. We need more white. Oh, wait. Yeah. White is fine. I spilled some on the canvas, so I'm just going to pick it up real quick. That's fine. So now we have this color. Let me keep on mixing it. And now I want this color to be slightly darker. So let me go ahead and pick up some black. Nice. And a little bit of black goes a long way. Remember that when you're painting. So now it's kind of like an ugly color, but we're still going to use it. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the tree. We have rocks here, we have clouds here. I feel like we need some just right about here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go like this. Whoop, that's where our palm tree is going to go. Ain't no going back now. I like that. It's kind of like an earthy color, not terribly peachy or poopy, just earthy. Nice. And honestly, if you want to stipple this for the texture, that's a-okay, man. Look at that texture. Boop. A little bit orange is coming through. So let me texture with the other side. Man, look at that. Look at that. That was an accent, but now we're doing fine. I'm going to go ahead and wash my brush really quick. And here's the part that I struggle with the most. The leaves. I don't actually know what palm tree leaves look like. Nobody ever told me. So, let me just get some green. Slap that on my palette real quick. And honestly, I ran out of room on my palette. So, I know that this gray is dry, so I'm going to put it right there on the gray. Alright, and this is more of a earthy, kind of like campy green. A pine tree green. Palm tree leaves kind of green like that, but let's add some more white into it. And actually yellow too. Kind of like that. And I can tell that I don't have a lot of paint right here. Let me pick up some more water for it. And also, because I know that I'm going to struggle with this, I don't necessarily want it to be completely opaque. Light enough where, if need be, I can go in with the paper towel, pick it up. So now I have my color. I'm just going to honestly go ham. See, look at that. I don't know what palm trees look like. It's like a little umbrella for nature. Nice. And I'm pretty sure that they have a little, like, top hat. So I'm just picking up some brown. I'm just going to put that right there. Nice. Look at that. But honestly, that's pretty liquidy, so let's go ahead, let that dry, and then we'll go in with the second layer later. Alright, my dudes, so the first layer of the leaves, they're dry now. So we're going to go ahead and go in second layer, just to make it darker. It's not perfect, but I'm having fun. Look at that. It's almost like a picture, if you ask me. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. And you know what? I think that's done. So before I call it a day, before I put away all my paintbrushes, I'm going to go ahead, pick up some black paint, and I'm going to put my initials in the very corner. Boop, 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 boop. And that's enough. So thank you for tuning in. I hope that you're proud of your work, and don't forget to sign your name, and don't forget to work on your own piece and submit it to the competition and win a prize. And I hope to see you at the luau.